on, world? I was telling Scotty D before we went live. I was like, something's. I don't. My skin looks great. I look refreshed. I don't know why.
You're
I,
very handsome today.
yeah. If I was a wrestler, that would have been my nickname, Handsome Eddie Cool, with the cursive writing on the back of the trunks. But that's some connoisseurs of pro wrestling stuff. But anyways, welcome to your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. And as always, if you like what we got going on here, please feel free to rate, review, subscribe, whether you're watching us on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Apple, and every part in between. So just click the link in the description box, and it'll take you to the link tree and follow everything that is on the Sports Bros podcast. I go by the name of Eddie Cool, the HOC. I'm gonna shut up because I feel like I'm back to my incoherent, rambling tendencies again. Introducing first one of my two co-hosts, because you know I can't do this by myself. I have two of the best co-hosts in the world. Introducing first the Capitan of this here ship. He is the one, the only, the almighty Be Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today?
You know what's going on? They won, and we swept. Keep talking, Be Live. Go ahead. I'll be back. Keep talking.
Go ahead. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that because I believe all of our NFL teams won this week. I believe all of them did. That's it. Oh no, wait a minute. We don't know about what's going
Yeah,
to
the Cowboys won last night. The Cowboys won.
Hey, Scotty D, remember, we're live now. We're so
live. Okay, I got you.
So we don't know the result of the Cowboys Raiders just yet, but I feel confident.
The Sandman over there with the broom.
But yes, it is quite the wonderful day. Eddie Cool, I feel like we did you a disservice last week, though.
What you mean?
Because I feel like we did not mention your birthday last week when we recorded. Because your birthday was on the 8th, if I'm not
Yes. My birthday was on November the 8th. Still accepting gifts now. Cash App 82 cool. That's cool. Okay, go ahead, Be Live.
So yeah, I feel like we didn't mention that on the air at all, and I apologize for that because see what had happened was I have an all-out war against all Scorpios. I said what I said.
Yeah, you shouldn't be like that. I don't know why you're like that. You shouldn't be like that.
You know why I'm like that? Because I had 5 straight karaoke shows: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of last weekend.
Oh. You were trying to earn your way into heaven.
you felt that immediately, didn't you?
Yeah.
I used to do 2 a week. That was plenty. Plenty.
5 straight nights of karaoke.
5 straight nights of Dev went down to Georgia for you, I'm sure.
No, absolutely not. Because I'm way past that point of singing myself. Y'all are the show. I just press buttons on a computer. Yeah. But yes, between those 5 nights, I am fairly certain I celebrated 15 birthdays. That's not an exaggeration. And they just keep coming and coming and coming. And so it is, I did the math. There's a lot of y'all going on that just fell for this little dude's shenanigans on Valentine's Day. And here you all are, all of you Scorpios. Eddie Cool, my sister Angel, and everybody else in between. Scorpio season is almost over with. Thank God.
Yep.
Yes,
but
I'm a natural born.
We're firmly planning in the Sagittarius season. It doesn't make me too happy.
And speaking of a Sagittarius, Scotty D, are you a Sagittarius, Scotty D?
Which means nothing, but
and with that being said, you know what, real quick.
Go ahead. I'm get to the other guy. Real
quick, I'm gonna get to the podcast, right? Everybody want to well, they're a Scorpio because they behave like this, or they're a Cancer person because they look. Astrology does not determine a-holeology. And with that being said,
absolutely not. Thank you. I'm 100% with you.
Yes. And with that being said, here's the other guy. He's back for the second consecutive week in a row. You better watch out. If you play kickball, you better be careful because he will get you for real. He is the pride of Washington, Pennsylvania. The one, the only, the money man, Scotty D.
And I just can't wait to get on the road again. I was on the road this week, Eddie Cool. This weekend, I had to take the long trip to Hiram in Ohio. From where I am, it's about a 2-hour drive. It was for the Women's PAC Volleyball Championship, the President's Athletic Conference, which has my second alma mater, Waynesburg, and Washington Jefferson, which is located here in Washington, Pennsylvania, amongst a bunch of other schools. It was an 8-team tournament, and the team that I wanted to lose the most was Hiram, because I knew I was going to go run the camera and video this event, and that was the furthest game away. So I was rooting against Hiram, and they won. And then they won a second game. So they hosted the game against Grove City on Saturday night. And it was supposed to be a 4:00 game, but they had a hockey game, so they moved it to 7:00. So I took the long trip later in the evening as well, which was fine because I at least got to watch Pitt shellacking Notre Dame. Whole other story. Anyway, so if you drive in Western Pennsylvania, there are a lot of toll roads, and they send you. What do? They take a picture and then they send you, and they bill you later. But when I crossed the border into Ohio, there was a lady sitting in a toll booth, and I immediately gave her $4.25. And then as I continued on down the road, there were more toll booths on the side, and I just went right on by them because I knew I wasn't getting off that exit. But yet, when I did get off the exit, the lady at the toll booth says to me, "Do you have Easy Pass?" And no, ma'am, I don't. Then where's your ticket? So I don't have a ticket. I just paid $4.25 10 minutes ago. Well, no, you'd have to have the ticket. You had to pull over where the other toll booths were. I said, but I was just at a toll booth. No. You went to the wrong. You had to pay that $4.25, but then you had to get off and you had to pull a ticket. I said, well, I didn't get a ticket. How much do I owe you? $18.25. I said $18.25 for that little piece of road. I was on the road 10 minutes.
Piece of road.
$18.25.
I do it.
Are you kidding? She said, where are you coming from? I said, I'm coming from Washington, Pennsylvania. I've never been up here before. I didn't know that I had to go to a second toll booth. I was just at one. I said, how much would it cost me if I had a ticket? $1.75.
Oh.
So they charged me for the entire Ohio toll, and I was on it for about 2 minutes. So my reply was, Ohio sucks. I hope this makes you feel good. Thank you. And then away I went. And then Hiram got swept in 3 sets. And so that's my story of getting on the road to Hiram. And what's going to happen is I have to go back there in February. And when I do, I'm going to go through the right one. I'm going to pull that ticket. I'm going to pay my $1.75. I'm going to say, you didn't catch me that time, because that's a trap. It was a trap, Eddie Cool. Your state, Ohio, killing me.
Listen, Pennsylvania got me one time too. They got me one time.
What is the battle of the toll roads between the two of y'all?
The battle of drivers getting got. It's a damn shame. Just be like South Carolina and say the hell with toll booth. Well, hell, you know what? They need to pay for these toll up ass. You know what? Anyways, be live. I'm gonna stop because I'm finna get into it.
Amtrak, my dude.
I just had to get that off my chest. For anybody that might want to listen to Ohio, I'm sorry that I said Ohio sucks, but it was in my heart and soul at that moment. It needed to come out. So
yeah.
I got a whole story too, bro. I'm gonna do mine off the air because Fayetteville, North Carolina sucks, and I'm gonna let you know right now on the air. I'm not paying it. Y'all have lost your ever loving minds. I just won't park there again.
And with that being said,
the hell they're gonna charge me $88 because
we got football.
We're still on the air.
We got the return of the choices of the voices. We got Pepper.
The parking lot was closed
and more. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop
25
right
and then 18 to 25. You gotta be kidding me, Ohio.
These faulty ass toll systems.
$88 to park in a closed parking lot when there ain't no business going on. Y'all, the top of the order. My huge, whoosh. Mother, hey, all right.
Let's get this thing started of the order. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we didn't lose y'all in the first few minutes of the SportsBros podcast. Talk about parking fees, toll roads. All I got to say, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ohio, get it together and do better. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into it, shall we, fellas? Okay, so week 11, we had a lot going on during week 11, all right? So we posed a question to us and each other. We're going to talk about it, all right? A lot of big games, a lot of wins, a lot of losses. We talking about that choice of the voices. But, fellas, I got a question. Out of all the games this weekend, which team had the most impressive win during week 11? Scotty D, you go first.
Well, the game that I previewed last week was the Broncos and Chiefs, and that ended up being a pretty good game. And I would say that the Broncos win was pretty impressive because you felt like, well, I at least felt like it's only a matter of time for the Chiefs take control of this game, and they did, and then the Broncos answered back. And that was impressive with young Bo Nix as quarterback. That was a huge win for the Broncos because that pushes the Chiefs way down behind them. However, I'm going to say this is a two week thing. Is the Eagles were most impressive this past week because defensively they now have allowed a total of 16 points to the Lions and Packers in the last two games. That is impressive. And the Eagles in a week that everyone's talking about their wide receiver and the wide receiver core being unhappy with Jalen Hurts, and he's not getting the ball to him, and they're getting disinterested, and he's miserable, and the offense isn't running the way it's supposed to. There looks like there's cracks in the structure that is the Super Bowl champions, but yet that defense looks like a Super Bowl winning defense. And if Jalen Hurts isn't playing that well, oh, well, you only have to score 16 points this week or 10 the week before to continue to win. And to me, that Eagles defense, as much as I hate to say it, that looks impressive because the Lions are good. They're still good. I mean, I know they have not the Lions are now 6-4, which, isn't exactly setting the world on fire, but that's a good team. That's a team that's considered a Super Bowl contender in the NFC, an NFC favorite. And the Eagles completely smothered Jared Goff. That dude looked lost out there, and I know it was windy and conditions were tough, but he did not look good at all. They're batting passes down at the line of scrimmage. They're snuffing out the run. Eagles defense, to me, that was the most impressive thing of this past week. Be Live, what you got?
To piggyback off of your Eagles and the Lions before I go into mine, Motor City, Dan Campbell. Oof. You don't have to go for it all the
you're paying
time.
A punter. You're paying a punter.
Take the points. Pay field position. You keep giving up short fields against a team like the Eagles.
Yes, and they were struggling offensively too.
And you keep giving them short field like that. Sometimes you got to trust your defense. You got to make sound decisions. Yes, we know you have a reputation for being just this crackpot and doing all, but you were 0 for 6, 0 for 5 in fourth down conversions, and then 0 for 6 when you try that silly ass fake punt. First of all, if your offense isn't working against their defense, you think your special teams is going to work against their defense?
Right up the gut, too, with it. Right up the gut.
Because if you go back and look at that play, thank you, Pat McAfee, for this. The Eagles didn't pull their defense off for that. They knew that the Lions was going to do something silly, so they kept their defense on the field. And now here comes the Lions with their do special teams, and so like your fourth team offense is going to be able to run it down the gut against Philly's defense. Come on, bro. Come on. I get it. You get a little desperate when your offense isn't working, but sometimes you got to just play the field. Quit giving them a short field because that's what made close games like that. That's how you lose them.
Yeah,
that's how you lose close games, by continuing to gamble.
Not taking points whenever they had a chip shot field goal on 4th and 5. I mean, especially if their wide receiver went and blew an extra point by sliding down the goalpost and backing the kick up and
big dummy.
Jameson. It's usually very delicious, but that was a boneheaded play.
Agreed.
Oh man, but yes. Let me dive into my impressive victory. Because once again, defense wins championships. Matthew Stafford easily had one of the sloppiest, one of the worst games of his career against a division rival. He threw 4 interceptions, and yet they still come out with a victory and puts them up 8-2, the best record in the NFC, in good position to be the number 1 seed, home field advantage. Yeah, those are the type of games right there. Smash mouth game. Those are the games that win you Super Bowls. They get you through the playoffs. Defense wins championships. And the Seahawks could not get into the end zone until the fourth quarter. And then after making 5 field goals, if I'm not mistaken, 4 field goals in the beginning of the game, couldn't make a 61-yarder to end the game. And this was also brought up. Once again, I was mentioning about field position. One of the greatest coffin corner punts I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
They literally pinned him on the half-yard line, dropped right out of bounds. That is what you pay a punter for. And man, oh man, that right there, because they ended up having to kick a 61-yard field goal. That could easily be a 51-yard if he catches at the 10, et cetera, et cetera. Game of inches.
Yeah, can I add something to what you were throwing out about the defense? That was a 61-yard field goal attempt. But did you happen to notice on the last play that the Seahawks had one timeout and were trying to get into field goal range? On the very last play, they designed a couple slants to get one little chunk, pick up another 10 to 15 yards because they had time. They had 5 seconds to get one more play off. The Rams' entire defensive line dropped back.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they essentially cut off any passing lanes that Seattle was trying to get, which would have made that field goal possibly a 50-yarder rather than a 61-yarder. Yeah. I don't know that that's something that I have seen before. Maybe other coordinators have done it. I always say Sean McVay is the best coach in the NFL, and his coordinator was, I believe, Don Shula's grandson. So I don't know whose idea that was, but it was brilliant because Darnold went to fire. He had to hesitate. He almost let the clock run out because he had to pump fake. Then he throws it a short pass. I think it was to Smith and Jigba, and he makes a catch and quickly calls a timeout with 1 tick left. But that little bit of extra yardage, because the way that defense played that, could have been the difference between making and missing that field goal. And it's those small things, those detailed things that, like you said, sometimes win or lose you games or even championships.
Absolutely. So that solidifies exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the things, especially in moments like these, because this right here, that game is the difference between getting number 1 seed, first round bye, and home field advantage in the playoff, and 5th place having to travel to wherever you got to go, and most likely if
Billy,
Seattle will probably have to travel to either Tampa Bay or Carolina.
So Carolina, they have a better record than the Chiefs today. How about that? That's incredible.
That John Daly meme, it's hilarious. It is so hilarious. It's like the Carolina Panthers with John Daly smoking a cigarette and the opposing team in their record. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. Well, me being a homer, I would say us sweeping, if you will, the Falcons. No, I'm going to a different game. I looked it up and I saw the Jaguars put that thump Jackson on the LA Chargers 36-6. They avenge a loss, probably that playoff loss as well too, but they also avenge that loss that they lost last week against the Texans. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm the Chargers, I'm asking questions. I mean not Josh, but what's the guy? Justin Herbert, he could do nothing all day. He could do nothing all day. Justin Herbert was looking like Jared Goff last night. I mean, they got his swagger back after that loss, and the combination of Bashir Tootin, Travis Etienne, and Trevor Lawrence, they combined for 4 total rushing touchdowns, which means the Chargers could not stop the run, especially on the goal line. And so
you feel, and the thing about this, that's a Harbaugh, that's a Jim Harbaugh specialty.
Yeah,
like this is unheard of. But I was like, hey.
Herbert was 10 of 18 for 81 yards.
81 yards. Bad.
That was the worst quarterback performance of the week, or it would have been if it wasn't for Shedeur Sanders. What a bad game for Herbert, who Harbaugh said, I'm going to try to turn this guy into a Hall of Famer.
Like I said earlier, fellas, I don't know if you remember that question, but is Justin Herbert, is he borderline top 10? This games like this make me wonder. And I'm a big Jay Herbo fan, but games like this make me wonder: is he inside of the top 10 or outside of the top 10? It's just,
I don't know, but as a team though, they rushed for 42 yards, and Herbert had 21 of those. So it was just not a good day for that entire Chargers team. It's one of those ones you crumple that up and throw that in the waste paper basket.
Yeah, and you bring it back next week, and the Jaguars improved their record to 6-4 and second place in.
Wow.
Yeah, the AFC South.
They're sneaky. They're sneaking up on us.
Yeah, they're being sneaky, man. I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville, but they're being real Duval. They being real sneaky right now.
They ain't sneak up on me. I said they were going to win the division. I'm wrong.
They're very sneaky.
I'm wrong, but I said at the beginning of the season that the Jaguars were going to win the division. That is definitely the Colts' division to lose. But they had a bye week, so they got to watch some things. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence only threw for 153 yards.
Yep.
But hey,
they were running it.
That I love stuff like that where you don't have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to what my Panthers did, because we couldn't run the ball. But Bryce Young was slinging it.
They have a better record than the Chiefs. How can that be?
142 yards. Usually when you hear a quarterback throwing for that many yards, it's usually in a loss and in garbage time. But Bryce Young is a different quarterback in the fourth quarter. If we keep it close, hey, he makes some smart decisions. I don't like it, keeping it so close that my blood pressure is sky high.
I'm at work. I'm like, ooh, we got bonus coverage. Hush, lady, you don't need that break. And I'm just looking at the TV. Shut up, boy. Quit drinking that lemonade like that. Swallow some spit. Wait till your food get here. So I'm sitting there just looking at the TV. I'm like, okay, they tied. Talk to them. Okay, they tied. And they kicked the field goal. I got a question, fellas. What were the referees talking about after the field goal, and they failed to give the "it's good" sign? Like what was there to talk about? Hey, wrap this thing up, B. Let's go make them plans for the Papados and get the hell up out of here. What are we talking about?
I don't know what to tell you, but I just trusted in the I'll tell you this real quick. I know we're going way over time. It is what it is, but I left home because I had planned on going to meet up with a friend of mine. She runs trivia on Sunday afternoon. I told her straight up, like, you this is the worst time ever to do trivia.
World's worst.
Like, I'm watching football, and literally I am listening to a Falcons live situation on YouTube because cable I ain't doing it.
With Wes Durham and I forgot the other guy.
All I know is that all I know is that the Falcons guys, they were super hurt. They described that one long run by Tommy Tremble, and they're like, "Oh, that is piss poor tackling," and they kicked the field goal, and it's up, and it's good. and I'm over it. It was so sad. It was so sad, and it was music to my ears. I never made it to Homegirls Trivia. Tiffany, I love you. She's a diehard Giants fan, so I know she's going through it. But I told her, like, my boys went into overtime. I'm gonna go celebrate. I'm sorry. And Scotty D, you know how I celebrate. It's I didn't
loudly and longly.
and with a beverage.
Yeah, and with a beverage.
That goes without saying.
Oh boy. All right,
that's how you wake up.
All right.
No, sir.
Stop. Real
cut it out.
All right, real quick before we hop into our next segment, let's go ahead and talk about Josh Allen. He's heating up. He's on fire. What do you have? Like 5 touchdowns?
Six.
Good God, he's a one-man show because
that was the third time that's happened, and he was the second time as well.
Wow,
the first one was Otto Graham, where a quarterback threw for 3 and ran for 3.
Yeah. All right, fellas. With that being said, did this pretty much lock up the MVP for Josh Allen in the second straight year, or does he have some competition? What say you, fellas?
It doesn't lock it up, but it definitely puts him back in the conversation that I think Jonathan Taylor was probably running away with. And I would still say he'd be the favorite. And it just remains to see how this pans out. But Buffalo has to stop stepping on the rake when it comes to losing to a game like Miami and that type of thing. They keep slipping on banana peels. And if Josh Allen is the only guy on the team that can score, this Buffalo is going to have some problems. But should they make a run and catch New England for that division title, then I think he could be the MVP again. But right now, I think this just puts him back in the conversation. I don't think it makes him the favorite.
All right. Bilal, what say you?
I think he's already fighting with somebody in his own division, and has already been mentioned. I still think that Drake May is the MVP. Is in MVP contention.
Love the Drake.
Over Josh Allen. Josh Allen right now is third. Second is Drake May. Number 1 is still Jonathan Taylor. And I don't think it's close, because I want the voters to understand what MVP really means. Mm-hmm. It does not. The thing about this, it does
most
not mean
valuable player.
Most valuable.
That's what it stands for.
But it doesn't mean the best player. It doesn't mean the most statistical player. It means the most valuable. And you can clearly see the difference of the Indianapolis Colts with a healthy Jonathan Taylor and without a healthy Jonathan Taylor. Mm-hmm. And again, it's made Indiana Jones look like a rock star. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Indiana Jones, but come on. This is Jonathan Taylor's to lose, and it's about time that people should realize that. Who took a step back? Matthew Stafford took a step back from the MVP talk. But yeah. Now,
and Bo Nix also took a step forward.
Yeah.
The name Bo Nix is starting to rattle around a little bit there. But if New England, they have 2 losses right now. If they only lose like maybe 2 more, and Drake May continues to thrive, he could be it.
Yeah.
Love the Drake. The Drake.
Fellas, before we get up out of here.
Seinfeld reference.
I got a quick question. I kind of made a real bold, wild, hot take at work yesterday.
Lay it on me.
I said at this rate, and looking at how the AFC, let's face it, fellas, the AFC looks different this year.
Very.
It looks completely different. I wouldn't be surprised, and I might be putting my neck out like that, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Patriots in the AFC title game.
That's not an incredibly hot take. They have the best record in the AFC right now.
No, that's the way they're playing. I mean, they're incredibly balanced team,
and they have a coach who I believe in.
Yeah,
coach of the year. He's coach of the year.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a good shot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
him or James Franklin got to be coach of the year.
Come on. That's
Virginia Tech finalizing deal to hire Franklin. That is breaking news as we speak.
Oh man! And speaking of breaking news, before we
to get fired and hired, that makes you coach of the year material in the same season.
Virginia Tech hired him. Did they hire him?
It's finalizing right now. It's happening right now.
Oh Lord! Guess what else is happening right now, fellas? Breaking news, courtesy of Roto. I think it's RotoWire. Jamar Chase, he gets suspended. Is it 2 games?
2 games.
Yes, he gets suspended for conduct, spitting and fighting.
Keep your bodily fluids to yourself.
You got to stop that. You're too good. You're too good to do that. That's
Jalen
maybe he just wanted a couple weeks off because he knows losing that game the Pittsburgh on Sunday means it doesn't matter if Joe Burrow is coming back. We're too far out of it now, so I might as well spit and get a couple weeks of R&R.
Yeah,
Jalen Ramsey is very annoying, but come on, bro. There's no excuse to spit at somebody.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, you don't spit. You can slap me. That's okay. That's cool. But if you spit on me, I gotta put the paws.
Especially considering the first 30 seconds of the NFL season that happened, where players spit on Dak Prescott and he was out for 2 games. So that's dumb.
Yeah. Oh, how we tend to forget. With that being said, that does it for our NFL Week 11 recap. Coming up next, your favorite segment and mine, the Be Live Top 5.
Oh, I thought it was going to be choices of voice. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that one first, then our favorite. Okay, go ahead.
Cut it, yeah. And I got some stuff to say about South Carolina and Texas A&M. Stick stay, don't you dare go away. More SportsBros podcast coming up after this.
Well, I hope B Live talks about like 12 teams today. Listen.
gentlemen,
Yo,
football
Button,
players.
hit it.
This guy here. Football players, janitors, doctors, lawyers, custodians, and chicken wranglers. This is the Be Live Top 5.
Oh man!
So my first pepper point.
Man, if you don't get out of here with this, you complain about me taking too much time, and yet you interrupt me at every single turn. Let me get through it. This is what I do.
Baby. Lay it on us. Top 5. Give us your top 5 and then your other not 5 and then the other 12 and then yeah, good.
You through?
Okay, so my second pepper point.
Go ahead.
Oh, coming in hot, man. Oh, man. This is the playoff edition of the Be Live Top 5. You know, the playoff has expanded to 12 teams. And so I got to give you 12 teams that I think are in the bracket as we speak. Coming in at number 12, somebody from the group of 5 has to make it in. And there's 2 teams out there with a 9-1 record in the group of 5. Had to decide between James Madison University, and the Mean Green of North Texas. I think North Texas gets the nod. This is me. I don't care what none of these other people say out there. I looked at both of their schedules compared to 2. I think North Texas gets the nod. Coming in at number 12. Number 11, somebody from the ACC has to make it. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Hopefully. Now the committee takes the top 5 ranked conference champions. So if somebody that from the ACC that's not ranked ends up winning the whole thing, the ACC might be left out altogether. But as right now, as my rankings sit, there's 5 teams in the ACC that are ranked. One of them being Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, I think, out of all the teams that have 1 loss, I think Georgia Tech has the best resume. I think they will eventually be the ACC champions. Georgia Tech at number 11. Number 10, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Well. Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Oh, yeah. It was a hard-fought game, but now Alabama has fallen into the realm of the 2 lost teams. And I have to rank them as such. I think they are still in the playoffs, but 2 losses, oh, that hurts. But there's still a lot of football to go. Alabama, the team that beat them this week, I have them at number 9. Boomer Sooner, Oklahoma, coming in at number 9. They make an appearance into my playoff bracket. Number 9, Oklahoma. Number 8. I have BYU. I still have BYU in the picture. A lot of people want to toss BYU out of here. I don't understand that. They are a Power 4 conference team with only 1 loss. Why people are trying to throw them out of the playoffs, I have no idea. I'm not punishing them at all. I don't feed into the SEC or Big Ten bias. Big 12, 1 loss, BYU. Their only loss is against a team that I'm about to mention in a little bit. Number 7, Oregon. Them Ducks. They didn't play nobody this week. They all right. They right there where they need to be. They still on the outside looking in when it comes to the Big Ten championship, and that might be the best case scenario for them because they don't have to play that extra game. They can sit right where they're at, and they'll slide right on into the playoff. Number 6, Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Now, you struggled a little bit against Florida, but you end up coming out on top. Florida has some fight in them, but they've just had the worst schedule I've seen at all. But, hey, Ole Miss, keep doing what you do. 1 loss in the Power 4 conference. You should be just fine. Number 5. People are going to be mad at me for this. But I knocked down Texas Tech. I had Texas Tech with a bye last week. They're at number 5 this week, and I'm going to explain very shortly why. Basically, because of the team that's now number 4, and that's the Georgia Bulldogs. They just beat according to other people, a number 10 ranked Texas and beat the brakes off of them. That is a signature win in the eyes of the committee and actually in the eyes of me. And so therefore, one loss Georgia outranks a one loss Texas Tech for now. Now they're going to end up having to play somebody maybe in the SEC championship game. That's still way up in the air. There's a lot of one loss teams in the SEC, but there is one team that has 0 losses in the SEC, and I have them at number 3, the 12th man, the Aggies, gig 'em, Texas A&M. Now, here's the thing about Texas A&M. I had them at number 2 last week, but you cannot be down by 27 points at half against an unranked team, especially a team that is 3-6. You cannot be down to anybody by 27 points. But they do not get punished that much by me because they are still undefeated. How did them game chickens of Columbia give up that massive? That is worse than the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl.
I can't believe we did that.
I can't believe it neither.
Just. Oh boy, the entire SEC is mad at the game chickens right now because that has thrown everything out the window. All bets are on, but Texas A&M, they still rolling, but they still have to face that Texas team that just got the brakes beat out of them by Georgia. You don't think that Texas might be a little angry? They might want to play spoiler. Oh yeah, things can happen. And Eddie Cool, could you because 2 is Indiana, 1 is Ohio State. I need to check real quick because I can pull it up real quick. The SEC standings.
Okay, hold on. I can do that for you.
I got it because Texas A&M is 7-0, Georgia 7-1, Ole Miss 6-1, Alabama 6-1. Texas is at 4-2. Texas still has an outside chance, but they need a lot of help. But I'm pretty sure they have a little added motivation to beat Texas A&M at the end of the year. That's going to be a huge, massive Texas A&M final game of the season. Georgia Tech final game of the season. Those are huge matchups that have all types of implications. And that is the BeLive Top 5 Playoff Edition. What say you, fellas?
I like the way it looks, man. But South Carolina, I'm with you. Be like, I don't know how in the hell, and then you then you're getting punked by the campus police and everything. He's incited that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now the guy was trying to slim back. You just want to.
I'm gonna say this with my whole chest with this though. That police officer, fire his ass. Yeah. That is weak-minded behavior. You're a grown man trying to bow up against. These guys are still 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. Yeah. That is so unprofessional, man. There's no place for that whatsoever. But go ahead. My bad.
I'd have beaten him in the head with a football. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. The football got away. But yeah, you can't do that. But BeLive, the top 12, I dig it. I dig it, man. I dig it. I do. Scotty D, what say you? You dig it?
Yeah, I just
here we go.
I'm just saying I'm not writing Alabama off just yet. I know they had a tough loss, and I know they're kicking themselves for that Florida State loss earlier in the season. That is shining brightly now as a bad loss. Whereas at the time we thought maybe this is Florida State's beginning of their redemption season, and it's not.
Not even close.
But yeah, Alabama's going to be kicking themselves for that one. But hey, Nick Saban is still Nick Saban, and these guys will be there come playoff time.
And so with that being said, and
he said Nick Saban's still Nick Saban, but go ahead.
I'm going to take full advantage of this moment because he's allowing this. I really expected a lot of shenanigans, but I'm going to just go ahead and throw out my not top 5. I mean, I already mentioned a bunch of them already. Number 5, Michigan. Northwestern has the most losses in college football history.
And
y'all still trying to find a way to let them beat y'all? Man, come on, Michigan, get it together. That was way too close for comfort.
A Harbaugh's still Harbaugh, so they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, as already mentioned, Texas A&M. They came back and won. So that's why they're at number 4. If they would have lost, they would have absolutely been number 1. But number 3, Georgia Tech. You came back and won, but Boston College is 1-10. Georgia Tech, you're supposed to be winning the ACC. I just spoke highly of you. Can't have games like this. Oh, no. Don't overlook teams like that. Don't do it at all. Number 2, South Florida. Reason why South Florida is on this list is because I don't understand how the college football playoff committee, how the coaches, how the AP poll, I don't understand it. They all took South Florida and ranked them ahead of James Madison, North Texas, and teams that have a better record than them, just because of a couple of games that happened way early in the season. But they're not even in position to make their conference championship. Same thing they did with Miami. But then when South Florida gets ranked by them and then loses to my midshipmen, oh yeah, South Florida, overrated. And then number 1, Alabama.
Yeah.
You were up there. Some people had you number 3. A lot of people had you number 4. Yeah, not so fast. Alabama. Uncle Max, our Hall of Famer. Sorry.
Add one. Scott's not top 1.
Oh boy.
The Pitt Panthers.
Oh.
Hold on, what they do?
Well, in a week they had the backyard brawl against WVU and got clobbered basketball-wise. College game day comes to town for the first time in 300 years. Pat McAfee, Acrisure Stadium, Heinz Field, whatever you want to call it. You could walk in there and sit anywhere for a Pitt game, except for this Saturday, it was a sellout. Notre Dame was in town. And Coach Pat Narduzzi early in the week says, well, you know what? If we lose this game 110-10, that's okay. As long as we beat Georgia Tech and Miami in the next 2 weeks.
He did not say that.
He did say that.
Wow.
He said it kind of jokingly, but it kind of took all the importance off the game. Well, if you beat Notre Dame and then you get into maybe a split with Georgia Tech and Miami and you're trying to get into a playoff, you have a win against Notre Dame.
Right. That's
and they went out and got embarrassed. They got embarrassed. It was awful. It was awful. So
even had Aaron Donald in the building.
Aaron Donald was there, and they retired his number, and Tony Dorsett was there, and it was a big celebration. And then it went all up in smoke as soon as the game started. And now Pitt plays their next 2 games, Georgia Tech and Miami. And if they win both of them, we'll probably be playing for the ACC championship. Spoiler alert, they're losing them both. That's all I got.
Spoiler alert. All right, that does it for the Be Live top 5 plus 7. My bad. Shut up. And the not top 5. And guess what time it is?
Oh boy, is it
time for the Be Live top 15?
Oh no, Scotty D, but I'm glad you asked, fellas, this time once again for our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. And with that being said, hey, button, hit it. Choices of the voices coming back at you right here on the Sports Bros podcast.
Oh, so the show's not over yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Far from it.
And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Oh man. Let me see if I can find that for you.
Okay, I greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you to the wonderful and And
ever so lovely, Miss Button,
for introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. Man, you know how we do it. We ask y'all a question, you give us an answer, and we talk about it right here, live on the Sports Bros podcast. With that being said, Scotty D, what's the topic for this week's choices of the voices?
Well, we asked at this point in the season, who has been, in your opinion, the most disappointing NFL team? I know I'm disappointed as a Dallas Cowboy fan because the Cowboys at this point I thought would have 4 wins and no ties. Just kidding. They're terrible. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Who has been the most disappointing team? Eddie Cool, what do the people
All right,
say?
Matty Ice, Martin Tracy, he says, I am so upset with the Patriots for losing to Pittsburgh and the Raiders. They should be undefeated. Hey, man, things happen, you know.
The arrogance of the Patriots
How
fan.
dare they?
It has lasted through the non-Tom Brady era.
Oh, they are absolutely feeling themselves. I think the funniest thing I've seen from Patriot fans though is that they're talking about I guess Drake May's wife or girlfriend, something like that, is some type of cook, or I don't know if she's an influencer or something, but there was a video of her cooking something like that, and they Patriot fans are like talk about like, oh well, Giselle never cooked for us. Talk about Tom Brady's wife. So he's been yeah. They are crowning Drake May right now. They are absolutely feeling themselves. Oh,
they still been holding on to some confetti from a few years back, and then Brady left, and they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do with all this confetti?"
Yeah,
we'll use it when Cam Newton shows up, and then that worked.
Yeah, that worked.
No. Hey, the best thing that New England got of Cam Newton was the meme where he goes, he slide out the and that's about it. All right, moving right along. We got our Hall of Famer, Uncle Max, and he says, my Packers. I'm really starting to wonder if they'll even make the playoffs.
Yeah, they are an enigma.
Yeah,
they tied the Cowboys.
Yeah,
they tried to lose to the Giants on Sunday, but the Giants weren't having that. They're like, no, you guys take it. Yeah, we're still the Giants. Did I say did Jameis Winston play?
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Jameis, please retire and get a talk show.
No.
Jameis Winston, I'll go ahead and say it. Jameis Winston is this generation's Vinny Testaverde, except he's younger and more athletic. There it is right there.
I think he's this generation's Dak.
Here's the thing. He's very entertaining. He still has some football left in him. I don't want him to.
Okay.
Like give me a couple of
okay.
Just some pregame speeches. And
give me the famous Jameis podcast. Let's get it started. Take a seat before arthritis starts to affect you.
We'll have you on as a guest. I would love that actually, by the way, because some of the things he says are absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I know. Let's see what the Giants do for the. I think Dart is just out for a concussion, so he should be back. So, well, we got to see him throw a really bad interception yet again. Being Jameis.
Miscommunication. It's supposed to go that.
You know what? Thank you for saying that, because that actually wasn't on him. That was on the receiver.
It seemed like it.
Yeah, the receiver was supposed to step in front of that safety. Now that I remember seeing that. Yeah, that's not on Jameis, but yeah, you got that reputation though.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Dustin Henry. We got a new name. What's up, Dustin? How you doing, brother? He said, I think it's got to be the Commanders. Playoff team last year to bottom cellar dweller this year. Yep. Can't deny that.
That's interesting coming from him, because he is also a Green Bay Packer fan. And so he could have easily said his own team, but yeah, the Commanders, they going through it. And whatever is going on in that stadium, is because a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries to quarterbacks.
What's that one thing Kyrie Irving did that one year when he was in Boston when he was walking around with sage?
Sage,
yeah. They need to hit that stadium with some sage, some disinfectant or something.
They're building a new stadium, right, in DC, correct?
Yeah, they hadn't been too long ago. Got that one.
They're
Trump Stadium.
we're not weird. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Trump Stadium.
Moving right along.
Very big, very beautiful. Very big and very beautiful.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. All right, so here we go. We got. All right. Last but not least, we got Josh Baker, and he says, "Commanders is the easy target. So sure, they're a huge bust." But losing your starter quarterback is rough on almost every squad. He says, so his vote is the Green Bay Packers. The in-season change for the worst, for this team should be studied. In-season change? What happened?
Well, the Packers at one point in time had the best record in all of football. Didn't they start off the season 5-0?
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he's talking about. They went from 5-0, world beaters at the time, and then they tied the Cowboys, lose to the Panthers, and what is really going on? Like they pick up Michael Parsons, and they literally look like world beaters. Jordan Love was in stride, Michael Parsons was disrupting backfield and all of that. And now, like, yes, there's 6-3. 6-3-1 doesn't sound that bad at all. But we would look at there was a moment in time when I said I think the Packers might win it all. And now they're trailing the Chicago Bears.
The Bears are 7-3 in the division.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Very nuts.
It's very, and that one. The thing about it is that tie is going to be crucial.
Mm-hmm.
They're 0.05 ahead of the Lions at 6-4. If the season ended today, I think the Lions will be on the outside looking in, maybe. I don't have the same settings I have on my other freaking thing, but it's all right. It's cool.
And the Cowboys would be in the hunt.
Nah, boys. That's wild.
In the hunt.
In the hunt for what?
Speaking of, if the season ended today, fellas, guess who wouldn't be making the playoffs? The Kansas City Chiefs. They won't be making the playoffs.
They got a long road. They got a long road ahead of them.
That would be a good topic for next week, Eddie. Cool.
Oh, spoiler alert. All right, so with that being said, shout out to Uncle Max, Matty Ice, Josh Baker, and Dusty Henry for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. Matty Ice is a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
The other three are all Green Bay Packers fan. I was like, wait, why are we getting all this representation from Green Bay on this show of all places? But hey.
Yeah. Great beer and good cheese curds. Just don't go there when it's cold, all right? And with that being said, fellas, I'll go first. I'm going to go ahead and go first, right? Now, coming into the season, I look at the team, I'm like, you know what? They can make some noise once everybody is healthy. They have all the pieces and parts to make things happen. I don't know what the hell happened ever since that week 1 win versus the Chicago Bears. But the Minnesota Vikings are the drizzling poots, all right? Right now, they sit at the bottom of the NFC North at 4-6, and they only average 21 points per game, which is 22nd in the league, all right? Justin Jefferson only has 56 catches for 747 yards, 2 touchdowns. Walking to him, Carson Wentz, he's passed for a little over 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 INTs, and J.J. McCarthy, when he's healthy, he threw for 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. They're bad. They're terrible. It's like, you think about it, it's like the Vikings, like the Bears and the Vikings, they just switch places. Because okay, we probably had the Vikings probably go to the playoffs. Well, no, they're not going to win.
Team that rode Sam Darnold to the best record in the NFC last year.
Yeah, and they should have. And if you think about it now, is there anything called seller's remorse? Because I think they have it. I think they have because this I don't want to say this, but I have to count the Vikings out. They might be done. So stick a fork in them because moving forward, the
They're done.
NFC, yeah,
They're done.
they're done. The NFC ain't gonna do nothing but get tough moving forward. It's gonna get tough for everybody. So yeah. The Minnesota Vikings, yeah. And that
I'm going to go with the Bengals because that was a team that last year started off terribly and everybody was disappointed. And then they finished so well. They finished strong. It was just not enough to get into the playoffs last year. They were right there. They were borderline playoff team last year. And coming into this year, you're thinking, okay, this year we're going to start better. And right away, Joe Burrow is hurt again. How disappointing is that? And then your backup quarterback is so terrible that you have to go out and get Joe Flacco to start on a week's notice. There's just too many problems. They pay big money to their wide receivers to have this high-powered offense, and you still don't protect Burrow, and he's out with a bad toe. And he might be back by Thanksgiving, but at this point, why? So
why?
Another disappointing season for the Bengals. And you know who agrees with me on that? Eddie Cool, because Eddie Cool picked them to win the North. Over to you.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You didn't have to call him out like that, but all right.
Well, I called myself out last week for saying that the Colts were going to be the worst team in the NFL, and they're the best team in the AFC.
You called all of us out.
Pretty much. Because I'm definitely going to call myself out right now. Now, Scotty D, if you'd asked this question 4 weeks ago, it'd have been way too easy for me, and it would have been the Baltimore Ravens. But as we have seen, guess who's on a tear? And they coming. And they're now only a game out of the division lead. The Steelers are 6-4. The Baltimore Ravens are 5-5.
They're like Pac-Man.
Oh yeah,
by the Steelers.
It's happening. The Ravens will surpass the Steelers, and they will win the division. Now, as far as them winning the Super Bowl, like I predicted,
it's on the table.
But the thing about it is that
on the table, baby.
You get in, you get a chance.
Yeah.
Ask Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants, wild card, and won it all.
It is on the table.
Yep. So at 9-7, y'all remember that fella's 9-7, 9-7.
Hey, he got two of them things too, all up on the side of the head with the helmet. And
I'd still like to just push his nose and twist.
But yeah. Now, here's the thing. My actual answer for this week, though, it's the Detroit Lions. For the things you mentioned about the Minnesota Vikings, guess what the Minnesota Vikings did do earlier in the season?
Beat the Lions.
They beat the Lions. Those are games you can't lose those type of games because, yes, their schedule's been pretty tough. I can understand losing the first game against the Packers. Again, we talked about that. Packers were on a different level at the beginning of the season. Losing against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, I can understand that. Now they are a shell of their former selves. We don't know exactly what Chiefs like. These are the games that if the Lions are who we thought they are and who we expect them to be, these are the games they got to win. But the Vikings, then this game against Eagles, I can understand that. Hey, Dan Campbell, make smarter decisions. Yes, it's cool to be a risk taker, but losing these games, because right now, if the season ended today, the Detroit Lions would be out of the playoffs. We would, at any point in time, did we ever think that the Detroit Lions wouldn't be in the playoffs?
Nope.
No, I still think they're in. I think they're.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like now, they're disappointing me. Because they're not in right now. Of course, there's still football to go, but
I got you.
Come on, Lions. Come on. I mean, you like, come on, Lions. Like you're like my second team because I didn't have. I'm just being honest. I didn't have much faith in my Panthers. I really still don't. But I'm gonna root for them through and through. But for teams that I think are going to go far and do big things, I'm definitely root for the Lions. Tristan, I root for your team. You my boy. They disappoint me right now. Now I got to go bowl with you, and you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be sad in the face, while I'm gonna be rocking the gear.
He said Saturday 5.
I don't know what to tell you. I got other people there that are Eagles fans, and I ain't trying to hear EAPS. I ain't trying to hear none of that, but I gotta hear it because y'all disappointed me. Come on, Lions. Come on, MCDC. Let's get it together. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because B Live has been a big proponent of the Lions for the last 6 years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. Last 6 years. This is
they have a worse record than the Carolina Panthers.
And we are a game above 500, but Taylor Swift, you belong to me, Magic and all that. Y'all got to figure something out. Y'all have got to figure something out. Well, that about does it for this return edition of the Choice of the Voices. Coming up next, Be Live. Grab that pepper grinder. It's time for a round of pepper. Coming at you right here on the SportsBros podcast.
We didn't even mention the Chiefs as being disappointing, but yeah.
Their picture was. I put the picture up as one, but I'd say they are.
They stink.
Yeah, but so don't you go away and all the things like that. Oh yeah.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper. Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
With the intro to Pepper, the graphic that y'all see, the social media, that's where y'all can find us at on X, Instagram, and right here on Facebook. And with that being said, well, you heard it, woman. It's time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. But before we go, a round of pepper. You know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style, kind of, sort of, not really. Here to engage, enlighten, educate, entertain, and enrich. Woo-wee, the 5 E's in no particular order. Why am I so hyped? I don't know. I guess I'm just happy to be alive, all right? And with that being said, I'll go first. Fellas, our choices of the voices was very Packers heavy earlier, but guess what they did on this day in history back in 1940? Just take a while. Guess what they did in 1940?
One NFL championship game.
No. Be Live?
Put a G on their helmet.
No. The Green Bay Packers became the first NFL team to travel by plane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were the first to travel by plane. So you mean tell me they was riding the bus all over the good, and the league was smaller. But anyways, yeah, the Green Bay Packers, the first to travel to away games by the Big Metal Bird. Over to you, Scotty D.
All right, so this was a late entry for me. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but then the story just jumped on me, and also because I said I wasn't going to talk about Draymond Green ever again. But Lord. On Sunday, in a game against the New Orleans Pelicans, Draymond Green went chest to chest with a fan seated very in the first couple of rows, chest to chest with a young man, a guy named Sam Green, 35-year-old Sam Green, and who kind of was amused by Draymond being in his face. And the reason that Draymond was mad at this guy is because the guy kept calling him Angel Reese. Now, if you see this guy, if you would see this guy, he's the kind of guy you probably would also want to slap around a little bit because he kind of had that little cocky, smirky, pretty boy look to him. But the fact he's called Angel Reese.
I'm buying him a drink.
Oh my gosh, be live over to you.
That's my type of dude. The trash talk is real. Yeah.
Well, Draymond was getting a lot of boards and missing easy layup shots early, so he drew the Angel Reese chance from this young man. So
do better. I mean, make some layups. Shoot.
How can I not agree? How can I not mention that one?
I love the videos of where Draymond Green is face to chest to Wembanyama. That is
that was funny.
One? Yeah,
and you see the spin move?
Yeah.
And he dunked on him, and Wemby was like, "You little."
Yeah, right. I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Had a rough couple days for Draymond.
you know what, man? Somebody said something a while back. I think an old school NBA enforcer said this. They said the reason why Draymond Green keeps getting away with what he does because Draymond Green picks his battles. He know who he can and can't F with.
Yeah.
So
he was effing with Dak last week. Did you see that one?
No, what did he do?
He went out and said something to the effect that Dak ain't a guy that's ever going to get it done for you. I think he said he sucks. And then he later on went back and said, I should never have said that about another athlete. He doesn't suck. But I stand by the fact that he can't win any big.
It is what it is at this point.
Draymond, you better recognize who got you them 4 rings you got, because that wasn't you.
Not all by yourself,
bro. By all yourself, man. Cut it out. All right,
but he got him.
Yeah.
My first pepper point, man. Oh man, this is depressing. This is depressing because I mean, it's no fun being 0-9 and now being 0-10. But you set up your games and everything to bring hype, excitement for the fans to enjoy the football game, et cetera, et cetera. You set up all types of theatrics, the music, the public affairs announcer, all these different things that you do. But when you're down 45-0 and you kick a field goal to make it 45-3. Maybe it's not a good idea to unleash a whole array of fireworks. I don't know. That's maybe just me, but the University of Massachusetts decided to do so. I guess they had them in place, so I guess they got to use them. They were down 45-0. They bring it closer to 45-3 and let off. It was a spectacular firework display too, and I'm like, come on, bro. Come on. Can you imagine being a fan at home? They're going to be 0-10, and they got all these fireworks for who and for what?
I'm hollering. Hilarious.
I think I'd reassign that somewhere else in the budget.
Put those back in storage or something. Save that money for, I don't know. Maybe you're back. I don't know. New Year's Eve or something. Because I don't see. Maybe you got a good lacrosse program or field hockey. But it ain't for your football program.
No.
Eddie Cool, the ball.
I think they're football independent. So why you got fireworks in the first place? Anywho. All right, fellas. There was a football championship game this past weekend. Anybody want to guess? All right, okay. Well, the 112th edition of the Grey Cup. In Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. The Saskatchewan Roughriders at 12-6 beat the Montreal Alouettes at 10-8. The most valuable player, I'm sorry, the score is 25-17 in favor of the Rough Riders. All right. The most valuable player was quarterback Trevor Harris of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. And the MVC, the most valuable Canadian, because they love like, look, this is a Canadian league. We're going to give our Canadian players awards too, is Samuel Emulus. Yes, Samuel Emulus of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. And the Rough Riders, if you're betting, they were favored by 3.5. And the halftime show was MGK, performance by MGK, and an attendance of 32,343. Congratulations to the Saskatchewan Rough Riders for winning their 5th Grey Cup in their storied history. Over to you, Scotty D.
That's awesome. 3 downs. They got 3 downs. They played 3 downs.
3 downs.
Last week was quite a week for the WVU basketball program. As I mentioned, they beat Pitt convincingly in the backyard brawl. But the women also had a game last week in which they faced Duke. In the second half, a brawl broke out.
Yep.
And a bunch of players got ejected, leaving only 1 starter and 4 reserves for the Mountaineers. And they still beat Duke 57-49. Now, I don't know anything about these Duke girls, but aren't you kind of glad that happened to Duke, that they lost, even though it's not Coach K out there and Christian Laettner? Aren't you just kind of like, they deserve that. They deserved it. There was a fight, and 5 Mountaineers played the whole second half and took down Duke 57-49. I don't feel that bad about it. Over to you, B-Live.
Yeah, it's I think it's Carol Lawson's team. Carol Lawson.
The Duke women are ranked. So they're not thousands, but yeah, to lose to a team that only has 5 available players, that's a tough pill to swallow. All right, let's see. We mentioned the Cowboys, so I guess obligatory.
Lakers.
Scott, I hope I'm not stealing one of your pepper points.
Aaron Judge MVP.
Okay, there you go, Yankees. All right, but when it comes to the Lakers, I know for a fact that nobody had on their 2025 bingo card that Bronny James would be starting and LeBron James would be in the G League. Nobody had that on Nobody had that on their bingo card at all. And Austin Reeves pointed it out. He said, how about Bronny James starting in the NBA and LeBron's assigned to the G League? That's awesome.
Wow.
That is classic. Yes, Austin Reeves. Thank you, sir. Because that was hilarious.
That is good. I don't know if you saw some of these memes going around last week where we showed like Austin Reeves, Luka, and Bronny combined for like 64 points. And Bronny had 0.
Yeah, no point.
They had the nepotism battle between Bronny James and Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
And Thanasis and Bronny combined for 0 points.
2 assists or something.
I think it was either 2 rebounds and 1 assist, or 2 assists and 1 rebound.
Yeah, it's quite the shootout.
Nepotism at its finest. And then we talked about Shadur earlier. Eddie Cool. The ball.
And Shula.
Yeah. We didn't cover all the privileged babies. We've covered all guys, we're horrible, but it's all good though. Oh man, we've covered all of the Nepo babies, if you will. All right, on this in history, back in 1959, San Francisco Giants, at the time, future Baseball Hall of Famer slugger Willie McCovey wins the NL Rookie of the Year.
What year was that?
1959.
59.
Yep, and ever since then, from winning Rookie of the Year, he got a cove named after him, one of the best hitters of all time, McCovey Cove.
McCovey Cove, yeah.
Yeah, Willie McCovey, the man behind the name of the infamous McCovey Cove. Over you, Scotty D.
All right, well, Draymond, I can't let him completely bump Paul Skeens winning a Cy Young out, so I had to say congratulations to Paul Skeen as a Pirate fan. But I did want to mention at the UFC pay-per-view this past Saturday night, Islam Makhachev had a dominant win over Jack Della Maddalena to win the welterweight championship. Makhachev had gone up a weight. This guy looks unbeatable. Maddalena came in mad. He was angry because nobody gave him a chance. He was a heavy underdog, and he's the champion, and he spent about 25 minutes laying on his back. It went the whole way, and Makhachev just dominated this mad dog. And after the fight, lightweight champion Ilya Tapura tweeted out my thoughts, which was crazy that he somehow accessed my brain and said, boring. So there you go. Islam Makhachev is one of the greatest, most dominant fighters I've ever seen. Also one of the most boring. Be Live, over to you.
Yeah, all he does is win.
That's all he does.
My third and final pepper point. I don't know what y'all fellas got going on up north, but this needs to
cold.
Stop.
Cold.
Yeah, it's cold. Yeah, but it's cold.
It's cold.
This I don't. And the thing about this, I don't know if this is an actual tradition, but the video is going viral, and I'm just going to run with it, because that's what I do with my third and final pepper. You know how I do things. I find the most ridiculous things that I see, and I run with it. Well,
you ain't running.
I'm trying.
You might be bowling with it, but you ain't running.
I got a exercise bike. I'm riding.
Nice.
You riding. That's a good thing.
I ain't running yet. I'm gonna get there. But I'm riding with this one. I guess at the University of Cincinnati, they have I don't know if it's a tradition, because I tried to do some research, and of course it's tough to do research on the subject matter. But when they have their first snowfall, at the University of Cincinnati, and I guess the football field is called Nippert Field.
Yeah, Nippert. Yeah, Nippert. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that sounds appropriate for what they do at first snowfall, because they decide to draw in the snow giant snow Johnsons. And when I mean Johnson, just
there wasn't anything else to do a pepper point about. Something else had been in the news this week.
I'm sorry, I couldn't just let it go. They're drawing in the snow pictures of giant.
Ohtani won the MVP.
That was noted. But this is
Judge.
This is my third pepper point. Like, people know about Ohtani and Judge. They
Gambling
know
in the MLB.
They know about Skeens and Scoople. They know about the gambling in the NBA. They don't know
Paul
about
Skeens, and me and Scotty had this conversation. Paul Skeens won the Cy Young with a 10-10 record,
10-10 record,
but a 1.97 ERA. The ERA alone was enough to you can have this.
All the Pirates have to do is score 2 runs, and 10-10 becomes
That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do.
Freaking runs.
Because when Scotty D says like, yeah, Paul Skeens won the Cy Young, I said, okay, let me look at his numbers. I was like, what in the hell is this?
Man, Paul Skeens is this pitcher for his life, just dicks out and everything. Snow Johnsons, University of Cincinnati.
Did you say what I thought you said?
I said it.
Lord have mercy, they fit to cut us off. All right, so real quick, ladies and gentlemen, a quick stat correction. Jamar Chase is not suspended 2 games. He suspended 1 game.
One game heard.
Yeah, he got suspended 1 game. And also, longtime pro wrestling color commentator, announcer Bob Caudle has passed away. Rest in peace, Bob Caudle. You might remember him from some of the NWA programmings right before NWA merged with WCW. And as Scott mentioned earlier, Virginia Tech and James Franklin, according to ESPN, are finalizing an agreement for him to become the school's next football coach, according to Pete Thamel. And Be Live, you crazy as hell. You are crazy.
I'm just saying, keep your bodily fluids to yourself and stop drawing dicks in the snow. All right, and closing. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and
It's
listening to
over
another
for us.
episode of the SportsBros podcast. And in closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They're greatly appreciated. Now, more than ever, be a blessing, not a burden, and quit drawing them boys in the sand, all right? It's been another episode of your favorite sports podcast, none other than the SportsBros
Angel
podcast.
Reese. Angel Reese. Angel Reese.
Be Live, take us home. That's funny as hell.
Yes, sir. I got my dick in a box.
Oh, Lord. See y'all next week. Bye.